Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream with me, Vegetable Bread. I promised a ironclad run yesterday after we had a couple of bad runs and one really good Watcher run. So ironclad is next up on the rotation. So let's go ahead and queue that up. We're at Ascension 20, so we're going to be going for a heart kill, which means you have to take a little bit riskier path through Act 1, and sometimes means you die. So pretty easy choice here. Transforming a card is kind of like removing a card and then adding a random card. And we don't really want to remove random cards before we start fighting Act 1 elites, because the cards you want to remove are strikes, and you need those strikes to kill Act 1 elites, so we want to kind of save our transform slash remove effects for towards the end of Act 1. So I don't think we're going to be taking either the transform a card or the remove two cards options. Also, the Ironclad starting relic is absolutely amazing. Healing every fight is super good. This is like, excuse me, like half of a meat on the bone, but it always works. So it's like even better. So definitely want to keep that. I don't want to trade it into a random boss relic. So we've eliminated all the options except for max HP, which is one of the best options. So we'll take that for sure. We don't have any money, so we can't go to a shop. We want to fight 3 elites if we can, which means that we have to do one of these middle paths to fight one of these elites, and then go through one of these little channels. Ideally, we want to fight 3 hallway fights before the first elite, so that we can get our sort of maximum power up, but then not fight a ton of extra stuff. We've got a late shop here, which will tend to have enough money to spend on stuff. So I think the route is here, go through these 2 question marks, get our 3rd hallway fight, do an elite, rest up at this fire if we need to, do another elite. I don't know if I'll want that hallway fire, that question mark, and then this shop, then a 3rd elite, and a couple more hallway fights. So let's get it started. This one on the right is better than this one in the middle, because after the 2nd fight we have a choice. We could take a 3rd fight if we want to for some reason. I don't know why we would want to, but having the choice is better than not having the choice. We're taking a little bit of damage here. Go ahead and block what we can. We have a bash coming up, so we would want to set up for that if we can, but we can't. Let's see, so in the future I might be doing 9 damage to something, so I guess there's no way to set up for anything here. I ended up doing this louse because 12 means I would only waste 1 damage. So I can either bash strike the already damaged one and take 7, or I can double defend strike hitting the presumably undamaged one and take 5. I think I prefer that. Okay, so now both of their shields are off, and they're finally not both attacking. We would preferentially target the one who is powering up, because he might be harder to block. Okay. Inflame is great, and it's good to pick that first. There's no attacks here. I would prefer to see an attack, but there aren't any, so I'll take an Inflame for sure. Alright, I think we're gonna double block attack. Try to get through the fight without taking more damage than we end up healing. I'll take 2 more and develop an Inflame. It's highly likely that that Inflame does more damage than a strike there. It's already done 2 damage. As long as we use 2 more strikes in the fight, we will win out. Do I want to take 2 to deal 3, or do I want to block out? I think I want to block out. Alright, should be able to kill him next turn. Cool. Shrug It Off is great. It's not an attack, and I would like to see an attack, but it's hard to pass up a Shrug It Off. so we'll take it. Alright, we will fight this elite. That costs a lot of health. Akibo is pretty good. Ironclad tends to pick up a lot of cards that are good with strength scaling anyway. And, Akabiko, I guess it's called. Akabiko is basically 8 strength on your first attack, so pretty powerful card. I could use some of that health bag. It's possible that I would get more health doing 2 hallway fights than I would to doing a question mark in a hallway fight. But I think I'm less likely to lose health at a question mark than I am at a hard hallway fight. So we'll take a question mark. Hey look, we get free healing. It's not free, it costs money. We could alternately remove a card, but we would be removing a strike before the first elite, and we probably don't want to do that. So we're going to heal instead. Which means we get a little bit less use out of this shop, but that's okay. First strike doing 16 damage, pretty insane. I don't think we can kill him. We can set up to kill him next turn, pretty sure. Hi Mortimer, how's it going? I am just kicking off my stream here. We'll try to take 0 in this fight. Or I guess we already took 1, but we can net heal. Alright, wow, I really have not been able to find almost any attacks. Playing catch up from slacking yesterday, huh? Seems like you're slacking off right now. I mean, you're just watching a Slay the Spire stream. Unless this is like, unless you're like a Twitch stream reviewer. It's unlikely this is your job. Even for me, I'm basically slacking. I'm a game developer, so I'm supposed to be making games, but then I'm trying to build a community of people who like to watch and talk about the kind of games that I like to make, so that when I release a game, I have somebody to tell. What do you do for work? I don't think I'm taking any of these, even though I really need an attack. I don't think we're getting better than this turn if we wait. I guess we can develop Inflame. That's cool. I know PHP. I do not like it. It's not my favorite. So I think I'm going to bash and strike here, but I'm not going to use the flex pot yet. Because I think I can do better than 2 attacks. They used PHP at Zynga, where I worked for a while. So we're going to use the weak pot here, try and block a little bit. It does suck to lose out on the vulnerable usage, so I'm missing 4 damage if I block here. And this fight is a bit of a race, so I think I am going to strike instead of blocking. Definitely going to shrug it off. Excuse me. I make roguelikes, so currently mostly just working on like tech, and I don't have anything like ready to share. But yeah, I've made a bunch of games in the past. I worked on Hearthstone and Torchlight are the sort of most famous ones. But yeah, working on roguelikes now. We're definitely gonna do at least 1 strike. I think we need to fit in a second one here too. Okay, that's good. We got a lot of attacks on the debuff turn. Probably using Flexpot next turn. Flexpot does get worse the later you wait in this fight, because you get less strength and then you get less benefit from vulnerable. I was looking for a 3-attack turn, but I think if you're doing regular development, you could do game development. It's not really any different. I think I will shrug it off and then use 2 strikes here. But we are in danger of not finding enough damage for this fight. We're definitely going to use Flex Spot next turn. If we need it. So we're doing 6. So we would do 18 versus 30 something if we Flex Spot. So we're definitely Flex Spot and win the fight right now. Okay, alright, see you around, Mortimer. Hemokinesis is pretty weak for an attack. I tend to not take it, but we are really desperate for an attack, and we're gonna fight another elite right away. So I think we have to take it. And then maybe we upgrade it. It makes you take 2 less damage when you upgrade it. We could also do Inflame or Shrug It Off. Those are both good. Bash is okay. I think I would Flame the best. Let's see, what are we most afraid of? I'm probably most afraid of Gremlin Knob. Gremlin Knob's pretty scary. We've got Anchor against Sentries, so that's a pretty good start. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Inflame, because 1 extra damage every attack is pretty meaningful. Alright, so we got the first turn block. Unfortunately, Bash doesn't apply, but we should be able to kill him next turn anyway. Oh wow, Inflame plus Hemokinesis is 1 damage off. So I could strike Hemokinesis Defend. It tends to be a little bit hard to find cards through the second shuffle against Sentries, because they shuffle Dazed into your deck. And I do really need that 3 strength. So I think I'm going to take 13 this turn to develop Inflame and just not block. Yeah, if I had upgraded Hemokinesis instead of Inflame, it would do enough damage by itself, and I would only take 2. And in fact, I would be able to block out this turn. I'd probably Hemokinesis, Defend, and Inflame anyway, but I'm going to take 5. Kind of a brutal turn, but you've really got to get there against these guys. Okay, I'm going to try to not take too much more damage. Alright, should be able to kill him before the next time he comes around. Alright. What's the last card? Last card is a Bash. So I'm actually not going to Shrug It Off, so that I can keep Bash for next turn. Alright, hopefully we should be able to kill him before the next time he cycles around. Let's see. So there's 2 strikes in the deck, and a Shrug It Off. So I'm not going to count the Shrug It Off as a card, and I'm going to see how likely I am to draw 1 strike in 5 cards. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 cards. How likely am I to draw 2 cards out of 13? So I think that's less likely than 3 out of 10. So what's the difference in the ratio between 2 out of 14, or 2 out of 13 versus 3 out of 10? So 3 out of 10 is 30%, obviously. 30% of 14 would be more than 3, so I think it's correct to Hemokinesis right now for the lowest average health lost. We would love to take Reaper, so I think we're going to do that. We need that health. Maulbank is a definite kink in the strategy, because we were planning on going to this this shop. We could just take Sapphire Key right now. Or we could take the Maulbank as 24 gold, or we could skip this shop and not buy anything. Or we could take the Mega Elite. I think we probably die against Mega Elite, since we have 19 health right now. So I don't think we're doing that. I think I'm gonna take Mob Bank and then take my and then see what's happening. Can't afford the health, so I'm gonna lose the gold. And it looks more likely that we're gonna skip this shop because we only have 150. So we could buy a Sling of Courage, but it's not that great. And there's nothing at this shop that we super need. So I think we're just going to skip this shop. Iron Wave would be nice. Yeah, I think if I were going to buy stuff at this shop, it would be like Iron Wave, Card Remove, Skill Pot. Let's see. So this could be Gremlin Knob or Log of Ulan. I think if it's either of those, I'd die, actually. So I'd better do something, or not take that fight. Okay, I think we're going to skip the shop and skip the Elite. We could take Fairy in a Bottle. Fairy in a Bottle Iron Wave. Which does probably win the Elite fight. Yeah, I think the greedy approach is to skip the shop and take the hallway fights. So we're going to do that. Alright, that Anchor turn 1 is paying some dividends here. Can we kill him this turn? So we do 10, 18? No. We're definitely going to Inflame, and we're definitely going to defend. And then we know what our turn is next turn, so we're going to Reaper for 7. I guess more damage is Bash plus Strike. So Bash plus Strike does 11 plus 13. So that's 24. So if we're going to be able to do 24 damage next turn, then Strike is not enough right now. So we have to Hemokinesis if we want to kill him next turn. I think next turn might be the net turn. I don't think he has a predictable pattern, though. So I'm going to Hemokinesis. Because we do survive, albeit just. Yeah, he's attacking, so we're gonna. We could Shrug It Off Reaper here. Shrug It Off does block out, and most likely we would get lethal. I think we need to be Reapering because we're at 8 health. So let's give it a shot. Alright, cool, and we got lethal with no Hemokinesis. Okay. Working on a comeback. Let's see, so we got a Reckless Charge. That's an attack we could pick. I don't know what goes with Hemokinesis. This deck is horrible. We've had a flex in almost every card reward option for some reason. Not sure what that's all about. The game is really trying to get me to pick flex. Perfected Strike? It doesn't work with Reaper or Hemokinesis. I think we're taking Reckless Charge, and then maybe we can get lots of card draw. It's not a good card, but it does cost 0, so... Alright, so we're already blocking out, so we can afford to just Bash Strike here. Alternately, we can Reaper, and Reaper with Akabiko is actually pretty decent, because it does 12 damage, so it heals for extra, so I think we're going to do that. Just take the extra heal while it's here, and then get in a little bit of damage. The most damage is Inflamed Double Strike, which does 18, which leaves him at 10, so I think we're going to block a little bit. We can pretty much predict what our draw is going to be. We can expect to draw 3 attacks. If we inflame this turn, then that's going to do, on average, like 27 damage, assuming one of the attacks is not Hemokinesis. So I think we're going to inflame and, let's see. Oh, can we get away with double blocking here? If we double block, we have to draw Hemokinesis, right? Let's see. So we'd do 6 6, 7, so that's 12, 19, and then plus 9. So it actually would be 28 damage if we draw these 3 and not Hemokinesis. And then obviously if we draw Hemokinesis, it's more damage, so I will just block here. And we drew the 3 that are lethal without Hemokinesis, so we get lethal. We did also draw Hemokinesis, but didn't need it. Alright, well we managed a little health rally here. Heavy Blade is the first strength scaling card we've seen, so I think we're going to go ahead and grab that. Alright, get an extra fight here. I think I'm going to Inflame and Defend. Defend gains us 4 health and saves our Akabiko charge so that we can theoretically Reaper next turn. Although, if I just Inflame and Defend, I'm wasting a mana, so that's probably not right. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Inflame, Defend, and Strike. Get that damage in. Okay, Shrug It Off does most of the blocking, and then I'll go ahead and do the max damage I can. And set him up to die next turn. Alright, still get 7 healing, and net heal on the fight. So we are against Hexaghost, so Evolve is pretty good, because we have Burns. Evolve is also good with, and I say good in air quotes here, it's good with Reckless Charge, because we get to mitigate the downside of the Dazed. There is sort of a little ironclad mini combo with Evolve and status things, and you know, when you upgrade it, you draw 2, so like shuffling Dazed into your deck is actually a good thing. This helps out a lot during Act 2 Elite fights as well, because there's 2 of them that shuffle wounds into your deck, both Slavers and Book of Stabbing do. And yeah, since we're against Hexaghost, I think we're going to take it. Alright, so we get to start out with extra energy here in the next fight. The big question is, do we upgrade Heavy Blade to get extra strength scaling? So this, with 3 strength to do 29 damage is pretty good. Or do we upgrade Evolve to get tons of card draw off of his burns? I don't think upgrading Evolve does that much, because we only have 3 energy, so we can't really spend all the cards we'd be getting. Although we do have Reckless Charge, and Reckless Charge costs nothing. So I think we're taking the Heavy Blade upgrade. We could also take Bash, get more vulnerable uptime. But we're going to take Heavy Blade. Interestingly, Akabiko usually functions the same as Strength, but does not function the same as Strength for Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade is specifically works as Strength. I think I'm going to use the Swiftbot here, because I don't want to float 2 mana. Cool. We don't have any choices here that block, so that's unfortunate. I don't think I want to spend 8 health, or 3 health to do 8 damage, so I'm just going to strike instead of Hemokinesis. Ouch. We do get to develop Evolve here, but we don't get to spend our mana well. So we're either Evolve Bashing and leaving ourselves to take 6 damage, or we're going to Evolve Defend and do nothing. Maybe we like Defend Reaper here and skip the Evolve for this shuffle. Or we could Defend Bash. Yeah, let's Defend Bash, because that keeps the density of attacks in the deck higher, because Reaper can come around again later. Alright, we gotta defend whenever we can, and let's go ahead and stack up more Vulnerable to increase the chance that we're going to be able to Reaper him with Vulnerable. I think we're going to Evolve Defend Hemokinesis, I guess Heavy Blade does 43 damage, which is pretty good. And it's hard to justify hemokinesising while on 10 health. We basically have to draw Reaper next turn or we're going to die to burns. We didn't really pick any defensive cards other than Shrug It Off, so... Excuse me, I'm going to get a cough drop. We're pretty likely to draw a Reaper next turn. I mean, slightly more than 50%, you know? Yeah. It's 1 out of... or 5 out of 8, basically. So definitely want to defend. And then we are either Hemokinesis evolving, and if we do that, we get to draw an extra card sometimes. Or we're Heavy Blading. I think I'm going to do Hemokinesis Evolve because there is a burn here. And if we draw the burn, we want an extra card. It also gets Hemokinesis out of the deck. Alright, we did draw Reaper and Reckless Charge. We don't need Shrug It Off, and it can draw a burn, so I'd rather not. We drew a burn and a dazed, so we get to draw extra cards here. We have to block for 18, which is problematic. We're pretty much always going to daze. There's no downside now that we have Evolve, so we'll do that before we Shrug It Off. Alright, well we survive this if we defend, so I guess we'll defend. I guess technically we didn't need to defend to survive, but... so we do have to defend to survive here. And we do die if we Hemokinesis. So let's not do that. It's not looking good. This is his big turn, so we would need to somehow miracle block it, and we're not going to. Not sure what card we could draw here. Hemokinesis is definitely not it. But we can classy suicide ourselves. Well, that was sort of a disappointing Ironclad run. So let's go ahead and queue up another one. Silent. I think our last Silent run did not reach the boss, so we're going to have the restricted options here. Silent has the best... does the best job of, with enemies in your next combat have 1 HP. Silent is the worst at early hallway fights, so it's a really big advantage to spend health, or to not have to spend health in them. We also have a chance to snipe an early elite here. It's almost guaranteed, unless we hit a hallway fight in one of these question marks, which is like sub 30%. So we're like most likely we'll get that elite snipe here, and then we have an option for one later. Seems pretty good. Not great, but, you know, pretty good. Yeah, like that Louds fight, we definitely would have taken damage if we didn't have Neo's Gift. Really great options here. Probably Backstab and Dash are going to be the two we would pick. And I think Dash is going to be preferable over Backstab, just because it blocks against Gremlin Knob. And we probably are taking that second elite, so... Dash does fall off later, in a sort of worse way than Backstab, but Dash is an Act 1 hero, so... Okay, I think we're just going to get rid of a Strike. We don't super need Strikes, because we have Neo's Gift. Oh, we did hit a hallway fight, so we're going to go this route instead. Or we're going to go over here and fight one of these two elites. Probably this one. Sort of unfortunate here. But we still get through the first 3 hallway fights without taking damage, which is nice. Caltrops is good for the heart, but this is floor 3, so I don't think we're too worried about the heart yet. Backflip is quite a good card. Obviously in Act 1 you prefer to take attack cards, but I will take a backflip because it's good. Here's another fight we would have taken damage in, but we didn't. Thanks, Niao. Got a little bit of a chance to power up. So if we take Dagger Throw, then we're kind of going in on this like draw a bunch of cards strategy because we've got backflip, and that tends to be pretty good. Masterful Stab is not good because it becomes useless in the hardest fights, which is when you need it the most. And Blade Dance certainly can be good, but I'm not going to pick it without like a kunai or shuriken or something. Some reason that we want to play a bunch of attacks. Alright, here's our first hard hallway fight. But we can get through the first turn with no damage, so that's good. Not so lucky this turn. Ooh, we lost our dash. That's unfortunate. Maybe took a little bit more damage than was strictly necessary last turn. I sort of assumed that I needed to race him a little bit this fight, but then I didn't take any more damage in the fight, so I think I might have taken more damage than I needed to. Really high quality cards here. Quick Sash plays into the card draw theme we're going with, but then Calculated Gamble is really great, and Piercing Wail is probably one of the best cards in the game, so hard not to pick Piercing Wail. We would prefer to be taking attacks, but Quick Slash is not good compared to Piercing Wail. We do also have Swift Pot for card draw, if we need. However, the only one of these cards that's good against Gremlin Knob is Quick Slash. And we do have a somewhat low density of attacks because we took that backflip. So maybe Quick Slash is the pick here. Piercing Wail is a common, so you'll see more of it. Skip is also a decent option here, since you know it's Quick Slash is just like a damage common, right? Like it doesn't do much. I think we need a damage common here. Let's go ahead and smith up that dash. We're pretty much playing dash every time we see it, unless we draw it with 1 mana, so not too much downside to upgrading it. I think we could go up the middle and look for 3 elite, or I guess 2 elite act, with an extra campfire. Definitely not fighting this elite. Alright, sentries. Let's go ahead and backflip, see what we draw. I'm not going to Quick Slash. It does a little bit more damage, but we could draw a dash, and we need dash for next turn. So let's punch the weak sentry and hope that we can kill him next turn. It's pretty unlikely we can kill him next turn, but it's not impossible. This is pretty much exactly the turn we needed to kill him. So if we neutralize Dagger Throw and then get dash and play it, we do 12 plus 13 damage, which is 25, which is not enough. So we still want to neutralize Dagger Throw, and look for dash. Yeah, we did find dash. And we'll land on him anyway. Taking a little bit of damage, but not a big deal. Oh boy. A lot of days shuffled into the deck here. That was maybe a good turn for a Swift Pot. I don't think I have enough damage to kill this sentry before he attacks next turn. So I think I'm going to attack the lower health sentry that's attacking me now. go ahead and backflip. And then survive our way a... Let's see, what's in our... I'll survive away the quick slash and go for the strike, because I have good cards here that aren't dazes. It looks like we're not making it for killing him this turn, but we still have enough block to block out, so not too bad. And this is the turn why we saved skill pot, so we'll save and try to get 10 block out of it, which we did not get. I will take Corpse Explosion. Corpse Explosion actually kills both of them, so I take 10 right now, but then I get to kill him for free. Alright, took a bunch of damage, kind of unavoidable for Silent in Act 1. Riddle with Holes is terrible, but we might need to pick it. I think we skip here. Reflex is way too situational. I would take it if I had Hovering Kite, but I don't have Hovering Kite. And Acrobatics is sort of a build around that we're not building around yet. Nunchaku is interesting. So that is one of those Shiv cards. Obviously we need to rest here. Okay, Gremlin Knob. Very tough for Silent to deal with. We've got some good potions though, so should be able to get there. Hopefully Quick Slash draws us something. This is going to be our Swift Potion, because we don't want to float 2 mana. And we obviously don't want to defend against that. Dash is a superhero in this fight. See if we can Quick Slash and get them neutralize. Wasted a little bit of damage there. So we can definitely kill him next turn with the Explosive Pot if we need to. And it looks like we need to. Actually, we can block for... Let's see, how much damage would we take? We would take 13 to save the Explosive Pot? No, Explosive Pot's way better. Okay. Akabiko is back again, getting all of the Japanese-themed relics this run. All-out attack is quite good. Especially going into sort of late hallway fights. It's also good sometimes in Act 2. Didn't find any poison stuff in Act 1. So we're a bit floundering for damage. I think I'll take all-out attack just to have something. We're at too low health to take a trap. Extra shop. So we can take our first poison card. Is there anything good enough to mirror? We could mirror a dash. That just really smells like dead in Act 2, though, to me. Because dash does not scale, you know. We could grab Well-Laid Plans. Well-Laid Plans is a lot less good than it used to be. We take a bag of marbles and try to blitz people on turn 1. Silent's pretty good at blitzing people on turn 1 with the backstab that we didn't take. We could do Sundial and try to be a combo deck. We do have a lot of draw. Maybe that's the plan. Try to be a Sundial deck. It takes like all of our money and doesn't really do anything right now. This is a really expensive deck, right? Because we've got like backflip and dash, so we need the energy. So picking an energy relic seems pretty reasonable. Okay, all right, let's try it out. Can we afford to smith here? Probably not. Neutralize would be nice. But, let's see. Yeah, I think we'd have to get too many perfect turns in a row if we decide to smith. Yeah, the Ironclad run did not go well. I did get to the Act 1 Elite, but yeah, I got offered like no attack cards, so I had to take like a hemokinesis, and yeah, it was bad. Yeah, so I figured out how to switch in OBS which microphone it was. This microphone's actually quite a bit louder, so I had to decrease the level a little bit to keep from blowing people's ears up. But yeah, it surprises me how good the webcam's microphone is, because the sound quality seemed fine to me. I mean, obviously it's not like a professional quality audio capture in either case, but yeah, we're resting here because we are too low. I did move the mirror, because, you ruined my fun, Kieran. I guess dash does the most damage. Oh no, all attack strike does more damage. Nope, that's just an artifact of a Kibo. So this does 18 plus 6, which is 24, and this does 21 plus... Oh wait, it just does 21. Okay, so it is more damage. I think technically I'm within the sort of Twitch code of conduct for attire with boxers. I think you can get away with that. Getting some boot value there. Very nice. Alright, probably taking a little bit of damage to do an all-out attack this turn. Nope, not that one, this one. And then just blocking this one as much as we can. Dash is both the most damage I can do and the most block I can do, so it's pretty much playing that every time I see it. Let's backflip first to see if we find dash again. We did not. I want a quick slash, even though it risks wasting dash. Oh, I actually didn't because of the nunchaku. We don't have enough damage to break him. But we're going to dash anyway, because it's the most damage. And then I guess we'll block to try and retain a little bit of health and dignity. Alright, so we got our sundial proc at the exact wrong time. So now it's very difficult to stack up a lot of damage, because either of these transforms him. But I guess we'll go ahead and give it a shot. We did not break through his armor. Sad. But we did charge up Nunchaku a little bit, so it was worth it to do the attacks. Let's look for more block. We found it. And then we get to neutralize, which does extra damage because boot. Looks like a dash defend turn. I guess dash is not more efficient than defends if he is in damage return mode, because it only blocks for 9 instead of blocking for 13. Let's see, he's hitting for 12. Let's backflip, see what we're working with. Survivor blocks out, and we can squeeze in a strike. Oops, we triggered Nunchaku with nothing to do with it. Yeah, I think we're going to lose to the Guardian, which is pretty bad. We're going to keep both strikes because all-out attack might discard one of them. I guess that doesn't matter. We have to triple block to survive here. So I guess we're triple blocking. We survive at like 4. Yikes. So we'll put dash in the discard, and then we'll quick slash to shuffle. Didn't draw it back. If we backflip, we risk drawing it again. So I'm just gonna strike, because he's blocking anyway. Okay, we can block this out. If we neutralize, he attacks for... he attacks for 7, but we take a net little bit of damage, which I don't think we can afford because we are at 4. Defend dash is our most efficient way of blocking, but I don't think it's enough. Yeah, he's killing us. Oh, I mathed wrong? Okay, well now he's killing us. Darn. I think the pattern for this stream is I am just not good enough at anybody other than the Watcher. I could take Watcher to the heart, but not anybody else. All right, we're gonna try defect. Let's go. Let's get some bias cognitions. Maybe get some claws or something. Do something silly. We don't want to remove cards. Defect is a little bit less dependent on the early strikes than other classes are because of the zap and dual cast. Like, he's got sort of 2 extra cards and they both do damage. The defect starting relic is quite good, so you never replace it. I would say it's not as good as the Ironclad one, but it's up there. So we're not going to remove 2 cards. So it's between potions and cards to obtain, which is tricky. Let's do math. Alright, so we're going to compare... here we go. So we're going to do the thing and the other thing. Why did it do half the screen? Okay. So let's do the potions first, because that one's a little bit easier. Actually, it's not really. Let's take defect cards, just see how good they are on average. Now let's delete all this and all this. Okay, and all this, I guess. What is happening here? Why? Oh, I hit Control D. I don't know what that does, but apparently it copies the thing into all of the columns. Okay, so you can't get these cards because they're starter cards. Okay, so Ball Lightning. And the context is we get it from Niao right now. So choosing a card to obtain. So it's basically just a card reward. So we don't really need to do much math to figure out how good a card reward is. We're basically doing a card reward or choose a potion. And potions are like pretty good in Act 1. And I would say they're better than card rewards because they're like rarer. So I think potions is just better. So I'll just choose potion. I've never seen this potion before. It's a new one. And it just puts dark orbs in all of your orb slots. So that's weird. And it evokes any orbs you currently have. So I guess I'll take these 2. There's no use for Ancient Potion right now, even though Ancient Potion is typically pretty broken on defect because of bias cognition. Alright, I'm going to swap this back. Alright, pathing. So this path has 3 fights and then a fire, but then got another fight for the elite. Let's see, we need to fight 3 elites if we can. And so this is the only late elite we can get. So we have to fight either these 2 or these 2 or these 2. And that means I don't get to do a fire before or between. There's no way to get fires at all, which makes me sad. Or after. So I don't think we can get 3 elites because no fires is too aggressive. So we're going to have to take 2 elites and get fires where we can. Okay, so if we're taking 2 elites, we can either take like this fire before this elite, or this fire before that elite. I think I like this fire before that elite because we have more options. Like if we decide right here that we can't take this elite, we can just take another fire. And we have options here to take extra hallway fights if we want. Which I think we probably do, because if we're taking only 2 hallway fights, that's we're not getting enough card rewards to fight this elite. Although we do have some crazy potions. So maybe we don't need the hallway fights as much. We're also getting a late shop with this path, which is neat. Yeah, so let's go here. Alright. Zap double strike is pretty much the perfect way to start a cultist fight, so feel pretty good about that. We could do 16 plus 3 is 19 plus 12 is 41? No, 31. So that's not lethal. So let's go ahead and defend and strike. And dual cast. We don't have lethal, so we're going to... I think we're going to triple block. Yeah, we're going to try to take 0 damage. Okay, so rebound is pretty good, and lets you do some sort of broken stuff. Barrage can be good. It's really good if you get, like, Inserter. We don't have Inserter. Barrage is also good with Essence of Darkness. Recursion, also good with Essence of Darkness. But Essence of Darkness, you can't really build your deck around this, because eventually you're just going to use it and then it's gone. So I don't really want to do that. I'm going to take Rebound. Alright, it is face event. We are taking a fire before the first elite, and then we are doing a late shop, so gold is a consideration. We've got quite a bit of health right now. It's a little bit aggressive, but I think I'm going to take the gold. No. Masks are bad. Masks are really bad. I think I'm going to trust these question marks to give me a fight, because I've got 3 question marks before the first elite. Yeah, okay, so I got a fight already. Let's see. This fight does so much damage. I could duplication potion my zap right now. It gives me the most damage over the long term. And then defend and strike. I think I'll do that. It's a bit of a waste of the duplication potion. I guess the alternative is I could Essence of Darkness, and then defend... Well, let's see. So if I Essence of Darkness, they start out with... they start out doing 0 damage? How does Dark work? And then they tick up like 8 damage per tick? So we're definitely defending. I guess I will use the Essence of Darkness right now. Okay, they start at 6 and tick 6 per thing. And I'll use a strike to let them tick more. No, they're gonna keep ticking no matter what. I'll use the zap because it does more long-term damage. And then I just need to find dual cast, and we can end the fight. Great. Rip and Tear is an attack. Cool-Headed is a really good card. Cool-Headed and Rebound both let you sort of manipulate your discard pile a little bit. Or wait, that's not true. Hologram does that. Rip and Tear does way more damage than those, but we need to find some Frost Orbs in Act 1, so I'll just take the Cool-Headed. No attacking. It's weird. We'll strike this guy and hope that a zap lands on him. And then we'll break the armor on the back guy. This kills you. Let's get rid of the Blessing of the Forge. It's kind of a garbage card. Alright, see you later, Kieran. Hopefully this run will still be going when we get back. Assuming it takes you like an hour or something, we should be midway through Act 2 or something. Chill's quite nice. I don't see any reason not to take Chill. It's like super good against sentries. The boss is Bronze Automaton again. Doesn't super matter. This becomes innate when you upgrade it, which is kind of weird. But it's a good way to start a fight with a bunch of cold orbs. Now that I'm here, it seems like maybe I could survive going this 3 elite path. No, I think probably not. I always do this and it always kills me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Upgrading cards is really good. We got Cool-Headed upgraded, that's probably the best option. Yeah, so that was better because, like, at this campsite, I would have upgraded something anyway, and that something probably would have been Cool-Headed. So I got a free strike upgraded. We get full value out of this healing, but I think we are fine on health. So we can afford to take the max HP. So let's do that instead. Alright. It is sentries, so let's go ahead and Cool-Headed and dig for that freeze. Alright, we did not find it. So we probably want to like rebound, double defend, and take 8. Defect versus sentries is such a weird fight because it's like it's hard to you can't control where some of your damage lands, so it's hard to focus down one of the sentries. But then also, you get sort of residual value out of your orbs, which no other character gets. So you, the dazed aren't as big a problem for you as they are for other characters. I will go ahead and play the Chill. There is a bit of danger of just like not being able to do damage, and dying to the 2 people attacking. But we should be able to get there. We can Duplication Pot to kill this sentry, which saves us 10 health. It's not a super efficient way to do damage, but I think I'm going to do it. Alright, and then we block out. And now we just need to get a Lightning Orb back, and, you know, we can get some damage done. I think we're going to rebound Strike. We've got enough block right now that we only need to block once per turn. And we should be able to kill this guy before he attacks again. Okay, we finally get our Lightning Orb back. Alright, and we get to kill this sentry and develop another Lightning Orb. Alright, we're going to pick a card before we Warpaint. Recycle is interesting. Sort of lets you make your deck better over the course of a long fight. But Loop is the real power outlier here. Loop is a super powerful card. And powers for Defect are just in general really good. Loop also scales with Focus. And works really well with Dark Orbs. So I think we want to pick Loop. We don't want a second copy of Chill. Eventually we're going to want to upgrade Chill, and then having 2 copies of Chill in our opening hand would be just not great. Like, we would be able to block on turn 1, but, you know, we want to be moving towards whatever our victory condition is. If we pick a Blizzard later, then maybe chilling twice on turn 1 is our victory condition, but that's not currently our victory condition, so I'm not going to build around it, because Loop is so much better. Alright, and then we Warpaint, get a couple of defend pluses. We are going to a shop later. So we'll make the decision about what to do with the money when we get there. We could also just go up the middle now and take an extra fire and skip an elite, and just let Maulbank buy us more relics in Act 2. It's not a crazy idea. It kind of depends on if we think these question marks are good for us. At least one of them are probably going to just end up skipping. But one of them could be like, you know, stick your hand in the spiky thing to get a relic, which I think we would probably do. So I think I am going to go up the middle. Oh, we got a shop anyway. And we got a membership card. Well, membership card's super good, so I think we're probably picking that. Core Surge also jumps out at you, because Core Surge is sort of half of the Core Surge Bias Cognition combo. And we can't afford both membership card and Core Surge. Apparently we should have taken the Sapphire Key, because this Maulbank was literally worth 12 gold. There's no way we're not buying anything here. A bunch of crazy stuff is available. I think membership card remove is probably what we're doing. Oh wait, we can afford both. I thought we couldn't. So we could afford Core Surge, but then we can't card remove. We could afford Core Surge and... No, we can't afford any of these potions. Okay, well I'll take a Core Surge, that's fine. Core Surge is good even if you don't get Bias Cog, so whatever. Alright, Cool-Headed and Chill gets us a little bit of Frost Orb stuff. We can also Zap and Dual Cast to get more block, or we could just Defend Plus and block for 12, which seems fine. So let's go ahead and do that and just strike. Zap only does 5 damage there, so... Or I'm sorry, I guess I did 8. I don't think we can kill him, so we should probably try and block. I think we're going to Core Surge, Rebound, Defend. And we're now immune to netting. So we block out and do some damage and kill him. There's a Recycle and a Sweeping Beam. I think Sweeping Beam, we don't have any AoE. We don't super need AoE because we aren't fighting any more Act 1 elites. And we do have Chill, which is kind of AoE. It's like reverse AoE. Sweeping Beam's pretty good. Yeah. I think we can definitely afford to Smith because we're not doing another elite. Maybe we upgrade Zap. Oh no, I think Loop Plus. Yeah, Loop Plus is the best sort of scaling advantage. This is a tough fight. We could lose this for sure. Okay, so let's Chill and Loop Plus. And then we're going to Strike. And then, do we dual cast or do we strike again? So if we dual cast, the next turn we block for 4 at the beginning of the turn, versus doing 6 damage. I think I like 6 damage better. Maybe I chose poorly, because now I don't have enough block. So they're attacking for 19, I'm blocking for 4, 13. So let's go ahead and use the speed pot here. We get to keep the dex because of Core Surge. And then we get to block out too. Sweeping Beam should kill him, and then it's just an issue of surviving the Slaver. So let's see what we need to do that. Is this card dual cast? It is not. But we can block for a bunch because we have crazy decks. So let's do that. Alright, we need to draw a card so that we can block. The only way we can draw a card is Sweeping Beam. We could... No, that's stupid. So we have to kill him instead, which we can do. Alright, we're definitely in trouble. Not doing super well. We have Core Surge, so we just need to survive, and I think Charge Battery says survive most. Alright, we get a Frost Orb. And then I think Strike is going to do enough damage here. Yeah, sorry, let's see, yeah. I'm not sure why I don't have it docked to the top here, so let's just throw it up there. Theoretically, this can cover up relics, but, yeah, it's kind of tricky to fit your view onto this screen. So this almost blocks out. Let's see, is dual cast or a strike more damage? So dual cast, does 16 damage right now, and then takes away 3 damage per turn. And strike does 6 damage now, and then never hits again. So, or I guess dual cast is only 13 damage this turn. So it's 7 more damage that ticks down by 3 per turn, assuming I don't run into more stuff that fills up my relic slots, which I will. So let's go ahead and dual cast, because I think we're going to run into Cool Head at some point. And so we're going to end up evoking that thing anyway. I'd rather evoke it for 2 than 1. Also, this fight is going to end pretty soon. So these do 20, and that does 6, so that's lethal. Alright, we got defrag, which we need to make the cold orbs work, so let's take that. It would be very greedy to upgrade defrag here, so I think we're going to rest. Sweeping Beam, see what we got. We could rebound Zap to get another shot at Zap. It seems like I would probably like to Charge Battery this turn so that I can block next turn. If I Charge Battery Zap, though, I'm kind of taking a pretty slow line on the fight. And I'm not sure that does enough damage to transform him before he vents me, making me vulnerable. But I think that's a chance I'm going to take. Alright, so we've got 4 energy here. We can do double defend plus and then Gambler's Brew to try and find more defense. Or we could just punch him for 20. He's already got 9 blocks, so like punching him for 20 is not super appealing. And if we use the Gambler's Brew, we can find defrag and Cool Head and loop and stuff and start setting up. So I think I like doing the Gambler's Brew. Okay, we didn't find any of that cool stuff, but we did find 1 more defend. And I'll go ahead and strike. No, I'll do a cast. Alright, so now we've got loop and defrag, so let's do that. And I can Cool Head to force a shuffle right now. but I won't have any mana to play things in that shuffle. So the advantage is that defend wouldn't be in the shuffle, but it's not clear that that advantage is really worth anything. So I think I'll just chill. Oh, I do want to develop the Frost Orb. Okay, that's worth it. Sure, whatever. Alright, so we did get Steam vented on. So we definitely have to transform him this turn, but good thing we can. I'm going to rebound a Defend Plus so that I have it for next turn when he is hitting us for 10. Except that it's 15 because we got Steam vented. So we're currently blocking out, so I will go ahead and develop my artifact charge. We don't have any use for an artifact charge in the deck, so it'll just kind of stay there, but whatever. Okay, charge battery defend blocks for the most, and we need to block because he's hitting us for 16. It looks like we are blocking out, so I'll go ahead and, let's see, do I want to develop Zap? If I Zap, then my front orb becomes a Frost Orb instead of a Lightning Orb, which costs me a little bit of damage. I could strike and take 2 damage here to do 6. So he's going to stand up next turn and do 20 damage. So I don't feel too bad about having Frost Orb up front. I guess I could accomplish that by either zapping or dual casting. Let's go ahead and do it by dual casting. That does more damage. Okay. Cool-headed blocks, and then I think we're just attacking 3 times, right? So we're blocking for 9, 15. I guess I'll put one more block in there, so we're blocking for 20. And then strike him with the rest. The most damage is Rebound, Sweeping Beam, Zap. So I think I'll just do that. I don't see any downside. The most block is Dual Cast, Defend, Defend Plus, which blocks for 12, 15, 21, 29, 35, which almost exactly blocks out, which seems promising. And we can't get through his armor very easily, so I think that's the right play. I guess I did my math wrong, 34. Alright, we should definitely break him this turn. If we do this strike and that rebound, then he's at 1, and then I can do the strike plus. I don't really want to leave the strike plus on top of the deck, though, so I think I'm going to rebound first. Oh wait, rebound last? No, I can't rebound last. So I guess I'll deal with having strike plus on top of my deck. That seems fine. Okay, so let's charge battery so that we've got juice for next turn, and then strike plus, and I'll go ahead and let's see. So I'm currently blocking out, so defending seems a little bit unnecessary. If I strike, I take 2 damage. No, I don't think I can afford that. Why wouldn't I have been able to play strike first instead? So it rebounded the same damage. Oh, is that true? Yeah, that probably is true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was the better way to play it. Rebound to trigger the change. So if I cool-headed zap, I proc a Frost Orb, getting me 6 more blocks, so I'd be up to 12, and then I'd get 3 at the end of the turn, so I'd be at 15. He's doing 16, so that seems about right. And I don't know what would be in the shuffle, but I don't really want Zap to be in the shuffle, so I'm going to cool-headed to shuffle first. Okay, so now we have Why do I have so much energy this turn? I must have charged battery last turn. But charge battery is in my hand now, but I guess I just drew it with this card. Cool head. So let's charge headed again next so that we have more mana for next turn. Currently blocking for 19. He's attacking for 16. So let's go ahead and rebound the defend plus so that we can block his attack for 20 next turn. Okay, currently blocking for 12. That makes it 20, so we can feel free to punch him. And there's no value in using those defends. He's not attacking, so we're going to hit him as hard as we can. It would be nice to be able to break him this turn, but it doesn't look like we can. Let's see, if we cool-headed, we can draw defend pluses. And we would proc our Frost Orb. So it seems like the most block is cool-headed, and then 2 defend pluses. Do we need that much? Yeah, I think we do. I don't think we're getting away with any less. Alright, so we should set up to kill him. Alright, we can transform him, but we can't do any damage past that. But then at the beginning of our turn, this is going to proc twice, so he's going to be pretty close to dead. And we can finish him off. Great. Creative AI is a really good card. We don't have any like mummified hand or anything to go with it particularly. Multicast goes well in that Dark Orb deck that we never had any chance to build around. We were really looking for bias cognition. Creative AI will give you bias cognition eventually, so we could pick Creative AI with the intention of building around that. We also have some Frost Orb stuff, so Creative AIs will eventually give us focus that would combo around that. Creative AI does pretty much depend on us getting an energy relic. It's hard to play Creative AI without an energy relic. But we do also have like Chill, so if Creative AI is in our hand on turn 1, we're going to be able to defend ourselves a little bit. We also have a bunch of defend pluses, so if we get an energy relic, a turn 1 of Creative AI, Chill, and defend plus seems pretty sensible. Charged battery also gives us energy. So I think Creative AI is a pretty reasonable pick. Amplify, we don't have enough powers for that to be good enough. Although Amplify is very good with both Loot Plus and Defrag Plus, if we end up getting that. And then, yeah, I already talked about multicast. So I think the pick is Creative AI here. Try and take the maximum upside. And survive Act 2. And maybe we get Stecco Eye here, but we didn't. Velvet Choker is probably the pick. If we're trying to play expensive cards, then we tend not to want to play more than 6 cards anyway. There is a bit of a wrinkle in that if you play Creative AI, eventually you'll get Echo Form, and if you're playing Echo Form, you do tend to use up the Velvet Choker chargers very quickly. So that can be unfortunate. We don't have enough cards to take Busted Crown. And what is the upgrade on Creative AI? Does it make it cost 2? It does. We could pick Fusion Hammer. We don't desperately need the upgrade. The upgrade on Defrag is a bummer if you don't get it, though. 1 focus is not really enough to justify a card in the deck. So yeah, I think the pick is Velvet Choker. If you're careful, the restriction rarely applies, whereas with the other ones, the restriction applies very frequently. So we have a membership card, so it's very important to get lots of gold and go to shops. I think we want to avoid these early shops. We only have 138 right now, so probably want to hit this later shop. That later shop is a little bit inconvenient, though, because it means we only get 1 elite. All of the paths leading into it only get 1. So we probably don't want to do that, and maybe we'll just depend on a question mark shop. There's just a lot of hallway fights on the left, though. There's no question marks. So maybe we do want to take one of these early shops. So we could go, like, this way. We're probably looking at 2 elites this act, and probably not these 2. That seems dangerous. So maybe we do, like, this one. Oh, wait, then we can't do another one. So I guess we're taking either 1 or 3 elites. There's no options. Wow, that sucks. So if you take this guy, if you go to the right, there's no more elites. If you go to the left, there are 2. I guess let's plan on fighting this guy, and then if we have to go to the right, then we end up at this shop anyway. We do miss this campfire. I don't know. I guess I'm not willing to pay the campfire cost right now. I guess I'll get to this guy and then decide. And I think we want to take the question mark nodes on the way there. Although question mark nodes give you less gold than hallway fights in general. Alright, we don't have very much defend here. We'll do what we can. This is not looking like a good fight. So we can defrag loop to do some damage. Defrag also blocks for 1. Defrag double blocks for a total of 13. Maybe this is the energy potion turn. We defrag double block zap loop plus. Or we could strike plus instead of zap. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Oh, gotta be careful not to Velvet Choker, but we're playing exactly 5 cards, so I think we're okay. Let's see. So strike does 9 damage, zap does 4 damage. Although you don't get to choose who the target is. If I get chill next turn, then if I zap now, there will be a lightning orb in front versus a frost orb in front. I'm not sure which of those I want. I think I want a lightning orb in front, so I'm gonna go with zap. Oh, they both have the same target. That's nice. Okay, sweeping beam and chill. Let's chill first and see who the lightning strikes. I guess if I sweeping beam and get a rebound, I can kill this guy and then chill. Oh wait, that doesn't work very well. I guess I can dual cast and get lightning to hit him. But the whole point is I want sweeping beam to have value. So I guess the most damage is sweeping beam, rebound, dual cast. I don't think I'm killing this back guy though. But let's try it. I think the only way I'm getting there is if I do the rebound and the dual cast. And I'll chill to get that out of the way, and gotta get energy next turn. Yeah, creative AI is not fast enough to kill thieves, and they took all my money. So we can cool-headed and dual cast to do a little bit of damage. And we actually almost got there. But alas. Heat sinks is potentially part of the deck. If we're trying to do creative AI stuff. You really need like a mummified hand to make that work, but it could work. Loop is good with loop. If you're building around loop, more loops is better. So we could pick up another loop here. I think I want to take charge battery though, because that helps me sort of defend and set up for creative AI. And creative AI will give me more loops if I need them. Do we read the book? No. It costs too much health. Doesn't do very much. We don't want that curse. Bunch of really bad hallway fight, or bad events here. 50 gold is much better than normal because we have membership card, so we're gonna take the gold. Okay, we get to block out because we took charge battery. Okay. Alright, we're on the board. We did some damage. Let's cool-headed. Let's see what the cards are. I think we want to rebound a defend plus, because he's going to hit again next turn. And then we'll chill to block out. And strike. I want to keep the lightning orb up front, I think. Actually, no. I'm okay with having a frost orb up front. Okay, so he's hitting for 14, but I'm already blocking for 12. So I'll just creative AI and defend. Alright, so he's hitting for 14, blocking for 12. But I don't have any way to block. I guess zap blocks, technically. Okay, so I'll echo form and zap. Hey, there's Bioscog. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll Bioscog twice. Pretty sure the fight will be over before the downside becomes visible. So I'm already blocking out, so I will just strike. Get in a little extra damage, and give myself an energy next turn. Core Surge is a little bit too late, because I already used the Bioscog. And let's cool-headed looking for lethal. Oh, I guess I already have lethal. The end turn button was lethal. Apparently I have lethal on my kitty cat. She's complaining and I don't even know where she is. Coconut, where you at? She wants me to go play a board game so she can sit on my lap. Classic cat stuff. We could take a cold snap to get more frost orbs. I think we're trying to do creative AI though, so I don't think we need frost orbs to do that. Or we don't need more frost orbs. We have cool-headed plus for that. These are all skipped. Okay, so if we go left, we can take 2 elites. If we go right, we get an extra campfire and a store. I think we're gonna go right. Act 2 elites are pretty scary, especially for a defect deck that takes quite a while to set up. Because against slavers, they're going to hit you on turn 1. So let's see if it's slavers. Okay, Gremlin Leader's almost as bad, but we do get a lot of chill value. If we zap first, then we get to evoke 2 lightning orbs, doing potentially 16 damage to the sneaky gremlin and killing him. That would be nice, but it's pretty unlikely to happen. So I think we want to chill and then zap, so that we get to keep the lightning orb around. Let's go ahead and power pot too, just to see what's happening. Ooh, electrodynamics is quite good. Okay, so now we're definitely going to electrodynamics and then zap and then chill, because then it's going to do 16 to all. But then also just channeling more lightning. Actually, we're going to chill and then zap so that we have the lightning orb. Do we just not... Let's see. Okay, so we're doing 9 damage to all. We need to kill the Mad Gremlin or block him, but we're already blocking him for free. So I think we just zap, loop, and defend, and we just don't chill. We have 0 chill this fight. Yeah, so we already have lethal on the Mad Gremlin, so we don't care about that. We can rebound cool-headed, although we don't really want to develop too many frost orbs. So I think I'll save rebound for charge battery. Or I'll just create a Capacitor's good. But we're getting an attack for 33, which is not good. We are doing 6 damage AoE, so if we do 13 to the Mad Gremlin, he dies, which is Core Surge Strike or Strike Plus Strike. So we could Capacitor, Defrag... Oh wait, if we Defrag, we're doing 8 AoE. So then just Core Surge would kill him, which seems nice. So we're always going to Defrag, and we're always going to Core Surge there, because that blocks a little bit. And then I think we're going to Capacitor too, and defend. Still taking a bunch of damage, but what can you do? Heatsinks is probably not very good, but if I don't play it, it gets stuck in my deck, so might as well. And I think I'll rebound a Sweeping Beam. And just play Charge Battery. I will play Chill. I don't want Frost Orbs, so getting 1 Frost Orb is good. Second copy of Creative AI. Where is my Zap? Let's Sweeping Beam and look for Zap. Didn't find it. We need to do 1 damage to Mad Gremlin to kill him. Or we could dual cast. But then we're even lower on Lightning Orbs. But we are getting a lot of damage in, so I guess that's fine. We could play a second Creative AI, or we could Strike and Charge Battery. I think Strike Charge Battery is good because we have Cool-Headed Plus coming up, so we're going to need the mana next turn. There's the Zap finally. Let's Cool-Headed and Shuffled, see what's up. Sweeping Beam, looking for that Zap again. And then I'll just Strike and Charge Battery. Alright, we just need a Strike to end the fight. Oh wait, we don't need anything. Fight's over. Toy Ornithopter. Tempest would have been good in that fight. I'm not sure if Tempest is good over the long term. Leap jumps out at me as a nice little defensive card that we can play on our Creative AI turn. It's quite a bit better when it's upgraded, but I'll take it. Core Surge removes the Hex, so that seems good. Let's Cool-Headed first to draw. Alright, the nightmare there was drawing Creative AI, because then I can't play Core Surge and Creative AI. Let's focus down the Cultist first, because he scales fast. No Hex for me, thank you very much. Here's exactly the turn I was talking about, where I'm Creative AI leaping. That would still leave me taking some damage. Leave me taking 7. Alternately, I could Loop Plus. Excuse me. Or I could Charge Battery and take 9 to get 1 more mana next turn. Or I could skip Creative AI altogether and Leap, Loop, Charge Battery, and Strike. Leap, Loop, Charge Battery just sounds pretty good. But then I don't get Creative AI. And do I win the fight if I don't have Creative AI? I mean, the Artifact Charge removing the Hex was pretty powerful. Hex is most of the way that you die in this fight. So, I think I'm going to trust the deck and try to win the fight without it. She will Hex you again. I don't remember at what point in her sequence she'll do it, but it does happen. Let's Sweeping Beam. Try and draw a way out of this. We could use the vulnerable pot and a strike to kill the cultist. And then play the rest of our hand. Still taking a bunch of damage. But we do heal for 5 with the Toy Ornithopter. Alright, I think she's rehexing us now. So let's rebound dual cast. So that we can block for next turn. And then charge barrier trail. She did not hex us, she weakened us. So we're currently blocking for 12, and she's attacking for 18. So we can creative AI defend. And that blocks out. So let's do that. And we've got extra energy, so let's strike. Storm could be good in the future, I guess. Let's see, we've only got 4 energy. We got a bunch of strikes, so we might as well do that instead. We definitely want to zap. So let's just go for the max damage. Because we're almost there. We are weak, but we have lethal. Alright, well that was a tough fight. Boot sequence is good. Yeah, I think boot sequence is the pick. Loop, as I've mentioned, is good with other copies of Loop, because you start to just sort of scale like crazy, and you get sort of loop and focus multiplication. Rip and Tear is good in a different deck, but boot sequence keeps you alive on creative AI turns, and you can get rid of it if you don't want it. Ice Cream is very interesting. This deck is a really high energy, so Ice Cream is going to be really valuable. Sundial is an energy relic. Heat Sinks helps me spend energy, specifically on, what's it called? Creative AI generated things. I could pick Madness and try and reduce the cost of creative AI and Echo Form and stuff. Reinforced Body works well with Ice Cream. Chemical X is also right there, so I could buy both. I don't have any other X cards, so it's probably not a great idea. Probably want to remove a card here. Probably a strike. I would really like a way to scale decks, which I haven't got. I could pick Flex Pot, because I have Core Surge. So I could abuse that a little bit. So let's card remove a strike, and then buy the Flex Pot, and I think the Pantograph, since we're just like really low and the boss is coming up, I think Pantograph is pretty reasonable. It's going to heal us for like 50 over the course of the, or I guess more than 50, because you heal on both boss fights, right? For Ascension 20. So yeah, I guess Pantograph is better than I'm used to. We don't lose any current HP if we lose 23 max. We have removed a strike, so we would be gaining sort of 2 cards, but they would be cards that heal us. They are quite a bit better than regular strikes. It seems silly to spend money to remove a strike and then immediately take the vampire event, but I didn't know I was getting the vampire event when I removed the strike. Yeah, I think this is a vampire deck. Plus 2 cards is bad, though. Going to 24 cards deck. But it takes a long time for this deck to get set up, and like creative AI decks can stalemate fights for a long time because we can like get frost orbs and get a million block. So being a vampire is really great with that specific combination, because if you're able to extend fights to arbitrary lengths while you're blocking for infinity, then you just get to heal to full in every fight. So I'm going to take this. I'm taking this question mark because I want the extra fire. Okay, so this is probably our best chance in the run of dying. This fight tends to be pretty hard. So... Also, we've got a cat who just hates us, which obviously makes you die. We can charge battery creative AI, which seems strong. We take 4 damage. Hey. Don't yell. Yeah, I think we're going to do charge battery creative AI. We can't get through his armor anyway, so yeah. Okay. So we are frail. So we can only block for 3. We can also gain 2 health. So if we do both of those things, then we're sort of blocking for 5 and going to 14. But then we're taking 23 damage, so that would kill us. We could probably kill this fungi beast. Yeah, with these 2 we could, and the potion, I think we could kill him. One of the 2 potions probably. So that does 18 damage. Yeah, so I would do 28 with the flex spot, and I would get to keep the strength. So I could kill him, but then he does 18 damage instead of 12, and we're only at 14. So that still results in us dying. And there's no way to draw cards. Oh wait, when we drink a potion, we gain 5. So we're at 19 rather than 14. So that does result in us surviving at 1. So... Cool. Oh, I did this wrong. So we're going to actually not become vulnerable. The artifact is going to block the vulnerable instead of blocking the end of turn strength, I believe. No, it blocked the, it's going to block the end of turn strength. Weird. I guess the way that Core Surge works is, I clicked return. I guess the way it works is when it says deal 1 damage, it means deal 1 damage. If that results in you taking a debuff, you take the debuff now before you gain the artifact charge. But that is not what I would expect. That's, I think, maybe a mistake. So I could defend. I could also drink the other potion just to heal for 5, but I can also do that later, so I might as well depend on doing it later. We're going to develop Loop and Defrag because they're the ones that can block for us the best. Okay, surviving at 1. Okay, so now we're still frail. So we can block for 6 and heal for 4. And then channel a Frost Orb. We're definitely going to channel the Frost Orb, so let's start with that. Okay, Chill is also good. So let's chill. Okay, so the max block here is if we defend and double bite. So I guess let's just do that. And then we'll drink the vulnerable pot if it helps us survive. I guess let's just drink the vulnerable pot. We're definitely not getting out of this fight with keeping that, so it looks like we're not getting out of the fight either way, but yeah, it looks like we're dead here. Oh no, we're alive. Yeah, we're alive at 2. Thanks to Toy Ornithopter for saving us in 2 consecutive turns. I think those 2 consecutive turns might be enough to pull it off. Really an epic amount of effort here to kill this shelled parasite. But we're finally not frail, so our block cards actually work now. So we can block for 15 plus 6. So that's definitely blocking out. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to rebound the bite, because we want to heal. And then we'll finish him off with the bite next turn. Oh wait, he's gonna die at the beginning of the turn. Oh no, he has armor. Cool. Okay, alright, we ended up finishing the fight at 6, despite being dead in the fight multiple times. Yikes. So we can take a boot sequence to try and shore up the block a little bit. We do have a lot of block cards now. So I don't want to go too hard into that. Plus we already have a boot sequence, and having both of them be in your hand at the beginning seems a bit silly. Stack is also a block card, and it's a block card that gets better the bigger your deck gets, and the deck is getting pretty big. It also just like whiffs sometimes though, which is unfortunate. We don't have any way to manipulate our hand. So I don't think I'm going to go in for stack. I think I'm going to skip here. I think boot sequence is better than stack, and I don't think I want boot sequence. Yes, so I think skip. Alright, and then we can heal with this fire. Reduce the stress level a little bit. Excuse me. Alright, leap coming in handy here. So we're going to block for 19 and still take 4. And we're just going to play our whole hand. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to rebound the defend plus so that we can defend more next turn. And then play the rest of our hand. Alright, here's our creative AI, but we can't really block alongside it. This is the perfect fight to heal to full also, because she heals herself. So as long as I'm able to get Frost Orbs and this dude dead, I'm pretty sure I can get to full this fight. So I'm definitely charged batterying. Oh wait, defend plus blocks for more than charge battery. So I'm definitely going to defend plus. And then we're either going to block for 8 or we're going to creative AI. Well, I think creative AI is better than blocking for 8, so we're going to do that. She's going to heal now because he's injured. Yep. Okay, buffer is awesome. So we're definitely going to play buffer, and we're definitely going to play chill. And then we're probably going to play 2 defense. Okay, so we're going to take... oh wait, the 2 defense don't do anything. Yeah. Oh wait, if I play both defends, then we actually block his first attack. So let's do that. And then the buffer removes her attack. Alright, we finally get a turn off from them attacking. So let's play cool-headed. Excuse me. Okay, so now we've got all Frost Orbs. And we need to kill the Centurion quickly. So let's Sweeping Beam. And do 2 bites. Alright, so we have 6 block, we're blocking for 9 more, that's 15. So he's only hitting us for 3 right now. If we charge battery, then he's not hitting us at all. And then we can do some damage. Alright, she can't heal 3 times in a row, so she is attacking now. We're currently blocking for 15, like last turn. And we can block for an additional 16. which blocks for 31, which is the same amount they're attacking for, so let's do that. And then let's rebound a zap, or a bite, rather. I think I'm going to play Static Discharge, and the goal is that it never goes off. We want to keep Frost Orbs all the time. Eventually in this fight, if it goes on for as long as I hope, then we're going to end up with 10 orb slots because Creative AI will keep giving me capacitors. But I want all those slots full of Frost Orbs. So that she can't hurt me, and yeah. Okay, so I get a buffer and 2 bites here. So let's do that. Looks like she's going back to healing. Okay, so I still have the buffer up. I'm also blocking for 15, so I could just block out. Yeah, let's block out. I'm not going to play this storm because I don't want lightnings. So we're going to defend, capacitor, and double bite. We are not getting any net damage in. Okay, Echo Form should be able to start getting us some damage. We're already blocking out, so let's Echo Form and then just bite. Alright, so if I bite, I get double healing. We are frail again, so we're blocking for 15. He's hitting for 18, so Charge Battery will take care of the damage. So let's do that. And then Sweeping Beam, see what's next. We do have a buffer, so we could just take the damage, but I think that's probably not correct. So I'll just Charge Battery and bite. I was hoping to rebound, but I didn't have the energy. Excuse me. Alright, blocking for 15. So this blocks out. Oh yeah, oops, I forgot about Echo Form. Should have Echo Formed the Creative AI, but we got there. We can't really afford Bias Cognition because I'm planning on this fight lasting forever. So let's go ahead and double bite first. And then Cool Head. And loop. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a zap just to get some damage. Yeah, we're in danger of this this fight turning against us over the long term because they are strength scaling very slowly. So I currently have 5 orb slots, so if I double capacitor, I go up to 9, which sounds good. I'm currently blocking for 9 plus 12 is 21. But I'm going to want to play Charge Battery, so that's fine. I only have 1 stack of Echo Form. That'll eventually go up, so... Alright, so we're doing that, and then I guess we're biting twice. Alright, we've almost got the Centurion dead. But then we have no damage this turn, so... I'll play 2 copies of Defrag, that seems good. And we have another card that's being Echo Formed here. And I guess I'll just defend. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay. Whatever, we're blocking out. Okay, so we've now reached the very silly phase of the fight, where we're almost back up to full. So let's focus on just doing damage. So I'll double bite. And then I will play the Echo Form and Sweeping Beam. Commons do damage, sure. I need to do some damage. We're not afraid of lightning orbs anymore, so let's play Storm. If we play double electrodynamics, we like almost win the fight on the spot. Because we develop a lightning orb and then develop 2 more lightning orbs. So we would have 4 lightning orbs, all hitting for 6, so that's 24 damage, so he would die, which is now something that we want. Oh, that's more lightning orbs than I was anticipating. So we better get that health back while we can. Alright, so now we're up to full health. Great. Cool. Alright. we are fully in control of this run now. We just need to not have any specific hallway fight that causes us to die. Yeah, this is a hardcore like control deck, which is pretty unusual for Slay the Spire. You usually don't go this direction, but nonetheless, here we are. Do we not need another copy of Cool Headed? I think if it was Cool Headed Plus, I would take it. I might want to consider removing the zap from the deck eventually, because I don't really want the lightning orbs. I think I do want a second copy of Cool Headed, but I don't know. I guess I am smithing at the next site, so what am I smithing is the question. Probably Creative AI. Getting it down for 2 seems good. I wish you could have Master Reality with Creative AI. That would be nuts. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm skipping here and upgrading Creative AI. Alright. I definitely can't stall out the fight for forever against HYPERBEAM Man, because then he would HYPERBEAM me and I would die. But, you know, we can hope. Alright, we're gonna save energy here. Alright, now we're hoping Cool Headed draws us something to block or Creative AI. Alright, defrag box for 1, defend box for 5. So we'll play both defends and a defrag, and then, do I want to rebound something? This orb, one of these orbs is going to take my Creative AI. Probably I guess they both have a legendary to choose from, or a rare. I don't know if the first one, will it choose the upgraded rare, or do they just choose a rare? But I'll assume the first one takes the Creative AI. Or I guess it's, maybe I should assume the second one takes it, because he has less health. I need that Creative AI to win the fight, so I need to hit orbs. I'm gonna be at not full health next turn, so rebounding bite seems good. So I think I'm gonna defrag, double defend, rebound bite. Okay, so the first one took Core Surge, and the second one has Creative AI. So we're going after the second one. And we're gonna charge battery, triple bite. We can generate 3 Frost Orbs, that's neat. Leap also blocks for a bunch. This blocks for 6, plus 9 is 15, plus 9 is 24. I need this to not be happening in my Twitch chat. Swak, that sort of advertisement is unwelcome, and I will have to figure out how to remove it. The most block here is leap, charge, battery, chill, so I think we're going to do all that. And then I'll also bite the back guy to eventually get my Creative AI back. I guess I didn't even need the max block. I overblocked here. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. We still can't kill the back guy. Let's see what Sweeping Beam gets us. Getting close to killing him. I will block out and save the rest of my energy. And we're gonna get hyper beamed. Alright, so we want to block for as much as we can, which is cool-headed then dual cast. So let's do that. And we could rebound to go to play the creative AI, and then charge battery. Or I guess rebound, charge battery, creative AI. Yeah, there's no health benefit to playing bites, so I shouldn't worry about that, and I can't get any more block, so I might as well develop creative AI. It's a bit of a struggle to balance Ice Cream and Velvet Choker, because I have a bunch of energy, right? But I can't spend it all in one turn. You can't have a big dump turn. Defrag is great. So we need to heal back to full before he hits us again, basically. I don't know how that's going to happen, but that's what needs to happen. Bite, defend, charge battery is the most block. Or I guess dual cast also blocks. And he's hitting for 40. So let's see. After charge battery and defend, we are blocking for 31. So I guess I'll dual cast to block out, and then heal a little bit. And sure, I'll play Hello World. Why not? I wish I could keep boot sequence in hand, but I can't. If I rebound defend, then I have a defend up for hyper beam turn. I think I creative AI and hope it gives me barrier. Yeah, I think that seems good. So let's go ahead and rebound, defend, and then play Core Surge? I'm definitely playing creative AI. And then I guess bite blocks for a little bit next turn. Oh, it's not a hyper beam. He's doing multi-attack. Well, that could still easily kill me, so... Currently blocking for 12. He's attacking for 48. Need to block for 36 more. We can do that by leap defending, almost. So I guess it's going to be like leap defend. So we're blocking for 38, he's hitting for 48, so we will defend and take 5. Still no Echo Form and no Barrier, so I think we're going to play this Creative AI. So we have 3 copies of Creative AI going, and then Cool-Headed to get more Frost Orbs. Alright, can we survive if he hits us for 70? We never found a barrier, which is what I was hoping for. So we would just have to block for a lot right now, which I don't think we can do. So we'll just block for the most we can, which is defend, leap, steam barrier, and then double bite for that health blocking. Nope, we're dead. Okay. Well, I apologize to Akiran for breaking the defect, but I think that is going to be it for today. Thanks everybody for coming. I will post a link to Discord in the Twitch chat, and yeah, I'll post this on YouTube later. Thanks for coming.